Hello and welcome to the second part of our Moments of the Season exclusive to Hammers Chat on YouTube. We're going to be talking to a few people and getting a few opinions from myself of what the best moments of what has been an absolutely fantastic last season at Upton Park, the bowling ground have been. So let's have a little listen and see what everybody thinks.
Favourite game of the season? There's been a few.
I think there was a lot of contenders for me.
Liverpool at home in the FA Cup, Everton away.
This was a very hard choice until we played Man U at the bowling ground.
I'd probably like to go with the Man United game.
Even though I wasn't there, it'd have to be the last game with Manchester United.
Simply because I just don't think you can beat that Winston Reid winner at the end.
Against Man U, as an Bournemouth upper, I've never experienced an atmosphere like it at all.
Everything that was just about the bowling was encapsulated in that last game.
People always used to talk about the atmosphere of Upton Park. I always felt it let me down a wee bit. I thought the away days were better as a West Ham fan, but against Man U, I got what they're on about.
It was just, I just wanted to go out on a win. It was a must that we went out on a win.
What a performance by the players. You know, to come from 2-1 down against Man U, even under Louis van Gaal, Man U know how to see out a game. They know how to play bowling and they know how to win games 1-0. The way we did it was a fitting tribute. You're going to remember that game forever, and fans will remember where they watched that game. If they were there, if they were at home, if they were in the pub, it doesn't matter. West Ham United fans will remember where they've seen West Ham beat Man U 3-2 in their last ever game at Upton Park.
Fantastic game, and we got the win that we needed.
It was such a good send-off and definitely my game of the year.
To be honest with you, away days have been absolutely brilliant. But if I had to pick one of the away days, it'd have to be Man City away. That second half was just excruciating to watch.
I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to choose one when I was there, and it was the win against Chelsea. I was sat right next to the away fans for that one, and there was a lot of banter, I saw it as a banter at all. It was just stick and aggression and nasty songs being sung at one another. But it was part of the Mourinho downfall, really. He totally lost it, Mourinho, and Carroll up in front of Bobby Moore, lower scored the winner after he come on as a sub. But I'll never forget Mourinho being sent off. The whole stadium as one singing "You're Not Special Anymore." That will stand out for me as a game this season. Brilliant it was.
As someone who is friends with a lot of people who supports Arsenal and lived up and grew up around North London, winning 2-0 at the Emirates was incredible. Not just so I can brag to people, although that is a strong element of it, don't get me wrong. To start off the new era after Sam Allardyce in such an emphatic fashion, especially when going into it, we expected to lose maybe 3 or 4-0. They had just won the cup. We had just come off 4 times in Europe. And then we turned up and absolutely played them off the park. Everything was perfect for the new era. We had Payet doing everything, like turning people like nobody's business. We had a 16-year-old academy graduate in the team, the new captain, a new manager. It was a culmination of just brilliant factors that made the game of the season for me.
Most disappointing thing for me this season has to probably be the FA Cup.
Not getting to the final of the FA Cup, I think.
It had to be the FA Cup, yeah.
You know, I love the FA Cup. It's part of my childhood. For us to go out in that game broke my heart, because I actually thought our name was on the cup.
I honestly thought that's going to be our year. And
I wrote it. I was booking an hotel. I was coming down. It was all sorted, and then it got took away from me.
If you asked me, would I prefer to get Europe or FA Cup, I would have said Europe. But with the run that we went on and everything that happened, it just seemed like it was meant to be.
I think everybody thought that it was our year. We should have probably wrapped it up at Old Trafford, and to go out the way that we did in the disappointing performance that we did.
That game against Man United was just awful.
Left me with a sour taste in my mouth right up until the last few weeks and games of the season. I'm hoping next year when we get back, obviously Europa is going to be a thing in the Premier League, but I would love us to go on and win the FA Cup next year.
Yeah, FA Cup for me.
This is going to be a strange one coming from a Scotsman. It's the lack of England call-ups. Noble, Antonio, even Carroll, Creswell, they've done everything right. There is no reason they shouldn't be in that England team. I feel really sorry for them, because as a footballer, you must be thinking, how am I not in that team? I just don't get it. Football fans don't get it. Why these players are not in England squad? Should all 4 be in? You can make a case for all 4. That's the thing. You can actually make an argument. But when you see the players that have been called up, you think, what is Roy Hodgson doing? It shouldn't annoy me. I really don't like England. I'll be rooting for every team against England in the Euros, but even more so because of Roy Hodgson. I was expecting to find this summer difficult, because I was expecting at least 2 West Ham players in that squad, and I was like, I don't know, it's going to be hard not to support England or secretly wanting to do well. Well, cheers, Roy. You've made up my mind. I'm going against England, but I really feel sorry for our players.
apart from that hog roast burger I had out the front, which was very, very disappointing, it's got to be the Swansea game. It's got to be the Swansea game. I mean, it was all there, wasn't it? It was set up. We were still in with a shout for Champions League. We had to win that Swansea game. We had to turn up, beat Swansea at our place, and then beat Man U afterward. It was just all there for us in the Champions League. And the door opened for us, and what we had to do was walk through it, and we were shocking. I don't know what happened. That's the most disappointing thing this season for me.
My goal of the season would have to be, I was at Leicester when Aaron Cresswell scored.
I really like Cresswell's, to be honest with you. Towards the end of the season, was it? Excellent goal. I'm going to go with Cresswell.
I've never celebrated a goal like that. That was absolutely blinding, that goal. Brilliant. Yes, Aaron Cresswell against Leicester.
There'd have to be Payet's free kick against Manchester United.
Payet versus Man U, free kick, just incredible.
If I stood a yard away from that goal, I couldn't have put it in that position where he put it.
If you pick a place in the goal to put the ball, that is it.
Couldn't have placed it in that corner, let alone from where he kicked it from.
For him to do it from that far away with the pace and power of the dip and swerve, and against, let's not forget, one of, if not the best goalkeeper in the world at that point, was a piece of technical brilliance that I think was unmatched in the Premier League. I think unmatched across the entire season, personally.
It was just extraordinary.
I don't think I've ever had a season where we've got so many goals to choose from. For me, it would probably have to be one of Payet's free kicks. I generally can't choose between the goal at Old Trafford and the free kick against Palace, but for this sake, I probably will say the goal against Palace, because the technique that he's had to get the ball up and down. If you look how high that ball is before it enters the top right-hand corner, it's just ridiculous. And for me, definite goal of the season.
This is difficult. You've got two types of goals: individual goal, and you've got your team goal. The team goal that we've seen at West Brom when Noble finished that volley was outstanding. But I'm going to go with a free kick, and it's not Payet one. Enner Valencia's free kick against Bournemouth was something I've just never seen. It defied physics. How he managed that, I still don't know how he's managed it. I've not seen a free kick like Enner Valencia's in a long time. You know, that's something Cristiano Ronaldo would be proud to have scored in his prime. I really don't like Enner Valencia. I hope he goes, but for that one goal, Enner, you absolutely nailed it. It'll be a long time until we see a free kick like that technique at West Ham United, if in my lifetime.
My assessment of Bilic when he came in was worrying. I didn't know what to think of him at the start.
Like a lot of people on the Hammers chat forum, I didn't want Bilic.
I didn't want Bilic.
Obviously, there was a few names mentioned.
I wanted Benitez,
Besler and Emery.
I wanted Eddie Howe.
I would have even had Swansea's Gary Monk. Actually, Gary Monk was someone I really wanted.
To be perfectly honest, I probably would have taken David Moyes ahead of Bilic.
And at the time, I was hoping probably for Unai Emery or someone of that ilk.
When he came in, I was a bit, okay, let's see what he's got.
Just remember how he left us for Everton.
Wasn't sure at the beginning.
Then he went out the Europa League. He didn't try, and I thought, well, what is this guy doing? Why is he not going for Europe? And it really annoyed me.
But I tell you what, he's come in and he's been brilliant. He does understand the club.
What a manager. He gets everything.
He's been a revelation. He's been a breath of fresh air.
He's been the perfect antidote to several years of Big Sam.
His interviews are funny. They're interesting to listen to. Brendan Rodgers talks about character all the time. Bilic has got that in bucket loads. I've never once listened to a Sam Allardyce press conference. Now I actually look out for Bilic's press conferences because I know they're going to be interesting. They're going to be honest. It's just everything that you want in a manager. The football play is fantastic.
That idea of not giving up, continuing to push, continuing to fight.
He understands the West Ham way in a fashion that Allardyce never connected with the fans. Allardyce held the fans in complete and utter disdain, and Bilic was exactly what we needed. Players love him, the crowd love him, and he gets that team playing, and we've won games this season that we shouldn't have won.
Instilled this passion and this belief, not only in the players, but in the fan base as well, that when we go up to big teams, we believe we can get something. We believe we can beat them.
Over the season, he proved what a world-class manager he can be. I don't think there was anybody better to have who knew the Premier League like him. You've got A, someone that's played in the Premier League before, and B, you've got someone that's played at West Ham United before, and he knew what he needed to do in that last season at Upton Park to capture all of the fans' emotions and everything in that one season.
If I had to give any sort of criticism towards Bilic, it would be he's a bit slow sometimes to react, but that's my only criticism.
You know, of course he's rough around the edges. He's not quite the finished article. No manager is. I don't believe there is a manager out there that's the finished article. But I think we'll see flaws with Pep Guardiola at Man City next season.
But like I keep saying, I don't think we're the finished article at the moment. I think we've got a lot to add next year and the year after. But I feel like we're building something. And under Allardyce, it was all all off the cuff stuff. I actually think he knows what he's doing, and he's building slowly. And I think give us another season, another 2 seasons, and I think we'll be up there challenging.
This future of West Ham is very exciting after this season.
It's been absolutely superb.
I'm impressed by him.
Brilliant. Bilic has been brilliant this season.
Absolutely fantastic thing.
He has done an amazing job, and I would certainly like to see him at the helm for a good few years to come.
And his record's been outstanding. I mean, in all honesty, I hope he's with us for years to come.
Mr. Bilic is a huge part of that. So well done to him, and I really hope he's at West Ham United for a long time. Well, there you have it. There's our season review. You've watched the first part. If you haven't, you can check it out, but you've watched the second part now. Thank you very much for joining us. If you disagree or agree with us, let us know. You can comment in YouTube below or join us on the forum at hammerschat.com. Remember, we've moved. We've got a new shiny forum, so make sure you pop along and say hello. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe. We've got loads of content coming this summer as we look ahead to what should be a fantastic season of West Ham United as we are back in Europe.